Your body is exhausted for no medical reason. You walk into a room and feel overwhelmed by energy you can't see. Your chest aches with an inexplicable heaviness. Your sleep patterns have completely changed. Doctors find nothing wrong, but you know something profound is happening. You're not sick, you're awakening. Carl Jung discovered that spiritual awakening isn't just psychological, it's deeply physical. Your body undergoes specific measurable changes as consciousness expands. And these physical symptoms aren't random. They're your body reorganizing itself to hold a new level of awareness. But most people think they're dying, losing their minds, or developing mysterious illnesses. Today, I'm revealing the 9 physical symptoms Jung identified that prove you're not sick. You're transforming. Symptoms so specific that once you recognize them, you'll understand exactly what your body is doing and why fighting these symptoms is the worst thing you can do. Here's what Jung understood that changes everything. Consciousness isn't separate from the body. When your awareness expands, your physical form must adapt. Your nervous system rewires. Your energy body reconfigures. Your entire biological system upgrades to accommodate new levels of consciousness. Jung called this the somatic dimension of individuation, and he observed that people undergoing genuine awakening experience consistent physical symptoms, not metaphorical, but literal bodily changes. These aren't psychosomatic in the dismissive sense. They're psychosomatic in the literal sense. The psyche is transforming the soma. Most people experiencing these symptoms panic. They go to doctors who find nothing wrong. They're told it's stress, anxiety, or all in their head. But Jung knew these symptoms are evidence that something very real is happening in your body as your consciousness evolves. The first symptom is the most common and the most misunderstood. Spiritual awakening causes extreme fatigue unlike anything you've experienced, not tiredness from lack of sleep. Deep cellular exhaustion. You could sleep 12 hours and wake up drained, because awakening requires massive amounts of energy, and your body is redirecting all available resources to the transformation. Think about what's happening. Your consciousness is expanding, your neural pathways are rewiring, your energy system is reconfiguring. This is intensive biological work. Jung compared it to puberty. Your entire system is reorganizing, and that requires energy. Lots of it. One of Jung's patients described this. I was sleeping 10 hours a night and still exhausted. I thought I was dying. Then Jung explained, my body was using all its energy for internal transformation. The fatigue wasn't weakness. It was evidence of profound work happening beneath consciousness. But here's what Jung noticed. The fatigue comes in waves. You'll have days of complete depletion, then suddenly surge with unusual energy. Your body is learning to run on a different fuel source, not just physical energy, but what Jung called psychic energy. As this transition happens, your energy becomes unpredictable. You'll also notice you can't tolerate what used to energize you. Caffeine might make you crash. Sugar might make you foggy. Your body is becoming more sensitive to everything as it recalibrates. This isn't dysfunction, it's upgrade. But if you think extreme fatigue is challenging, the second symptom is even more disorienting. Awakening makes you energetically sensitive. You walk into a room and immediately feel its emotional atmosphere. You're around certain people and feel drained. You're in crowds and feel overwhelmed by stimuli you can't name. Your boundaries have become permeable. Before awakening, you had natural psychic defenses. Your unconsciousness protected you from feeling everything. But as consciousness expands, these defenses dissolve. You become what Jung called psychologically porous. You absorb the emotional and energetic states of your environment. One of Jung's patients, a businessman, suddenly couldn't tolerate his office. I'd walk in and immediately feel anxious, angry, scattered, none of it mine. I was absorbing everyone's unconscious material. I thought I was losing my mind. Jung explained, I'd become sensitive to the psychic atmosphere. My awakening had removed the filters that protected me from feeling collective unconsciousness. This is why awakening people often withdraw from crowds, loud spaces, chaotic environments. It's not misanthropy. It's energetic self-preservation. Your system is more open, more receptive, and therefore more vulnerable to bombardment. You'll notice you need more alone time. Certain people become unbearable to be around. Specific places feel toxic. This isn't you being difficult. It's your newly sensitive system protecting itself. Jung advised, honor this. Your body knows what it can handle, but sensitivity is just one physical manifestation. The third symptom affects everyone, but no one talks about it. Your sleep patterns completely change. You might wake between 3 and 5 a.m. consistently. Sleep becomes lighter, more interrupted, and your dreams intensify, more vivid, more meaningful, more memorable than ever before. This happens because awakening thins the veil between conscious and unconscious. During sleep, your psyche is processing massive amounts of material being brought into consciousness. Your dreams aren't random. They're showing you what's being integrated. Jung observed that awakening people often need less sleep but deeper rest. Or they need more sleep but wake frequently. The body is trying to balance the massive psychic activity happening during awakening. Sleep becomes less about physical rest and more about psychological processing. You'll notice you remember dreams in detail. They contain symbols, teachings, warnings. Your unconscious is using sleep as its primary communication channel, and as consciousness expands, this communication intensifies. But sleep disruption, while common, isn't the most physically painful symptom. The fourth one is unexplained pressure, pain, or heaviness in the chest and heart area. Not cardiac issues. Doctors find nothing wrong. But the sensation is real, sometimes intense, and often frightening. Jung understood this as the opening of the heart center, not metaphorical, literal. As consciousness expands, your capacity to feel expands. Emotions you've repressed for years surface. Grief you've carried, love you've blocked, pain you've avoided. All of it pressing against your chest, demanding to be felt. One of Jung's patients experienced chest pain so severe, she went to the emergency room repeatedly. All tests came back normal. Jung explained, your heart is opening. You're feeling decades of unfelt emotion. The pain isn't pathology, it's breakthrough. This chest pressure often comes in waves, especially during moments of emotional processing or energy shifts. It can feel like heaviness, tightness, aching, or pressure. It's your body's way of showing you that emotional material is being released through the heart. Jung advised, breathe into it. Don't resist it. Let yourself cry if tears come. The pain is emotions moving, not staying. Fighting it makes it worse. Allowing it lets it pass. But heart symptoms aren't the only unexplained physical issue. The fifth symptom affects the gut. Awakening disrupts your digestive system. You develop food sensitivities you never had. Your gut becomes reactive to foods that used to be fine. You experience bloating, discomfort, changes in digestion, all without clear medical cause. This happens because awakening activates what Jung called the instinctual body. Your gut is where you process not just food, but experience. When consciousness expands, your body becomes more discerning about what it allows in: food, energy, information, people. One of Jung's analysands described sudden gluten and dairy intolerance. "My body rejected foods I'd eaten my whole life." Jung explained, "My system was becoming more refined. What I could tolerate unconsciously, I couldn't tolerate consciously. My gut was now screening everything more carefully." You'll notice your appetite changes. You might eat less, need lighter foods, crave specific nutrients. Your body knows what it needs for the transformation it's undergoing. Trust these changes rather than fighting them. But digestive changes are just one way the body regulates energy. The sixth symptom is stranger still. If you're experiencing these symptoms, extreme fatigue, environmental sensitivity, sleep disruption, chest pressure, digestive issues, Jung would say you're not sick. Your body is reorganizing to hold expanded consciousness. Before we continue, check out our new guide, True Self-Discovery, with 24 practical reflection exercises designed to help you find your way within. Click below to get True Self-Discovery. Now, these final symptoms are the ones that convince people they're losing their minds. Sudden temperature fluctuations, hot flashes that aren't hormonal, cold spells for no reason. Your body's thermostat becomes unpredictable as energy moves through your system in new ways. This happens because awakening changes how energy circulates in your body. What Jung called psychic energy generates heat as it moves. When energy is blocked or releasing, you might feel sudden heat. When energy withdraws during integration, you might feel cold. You'll notice these temperature shifts often correlate with emotional or energetic experiences. A breakthrough in awareness might come with a wave of heat. Deep integration work might leave you cold. Your body is literally processing consciousness, and temperature is one indicator of this processing. But temperature isn't the only sensation that changes. The seventh symptom affects your head. Pressure, tingling, or unusual sensations in the head, especially at the crown and forehead. Not headaches exactly, more like pressure, as if something is pushing from inside out. Jung understood this as consciousness literally trying to expand beyond its current container. Your awareness is outgrowing your previous mental structures, and this creates physical pressure. It's your psyche signaling that new neural pathways are forming, new consciousness is emerging. One patient described it as, "My head is too small for what's trying to come through." Jung responded, "Precisely. Your consciousness is expanding beyond your current capacity. The pressure is growth, not pathology." This pressure often intensifies during meditation, contemplation, or moments of insight. It's uncomfortable but not dangerous. It's your body's way of showing you that expansion is happening. But head pressure isn't the strangest bodily sensation. The eighth symptom is electrical or energetic sensations in your body. Tingling, vibrating, waves of energy moving through you. Like electricity running through your nervous system. Sometimes pleasant, sometimes uncomfortable, always unmistakable. Jung recognized these as what he called numinous experiences, direct encounters with psychic energy. As consciousness expands, you become aware of the subtle energy that was always moving through you, but you couldn't feel before. Now you're sensitized to it. You'll notice these sensations often accompany insights, emotional releases, or moments of expanded awareness. They're not random. They're your body's response to consciousness moving through it in new ways. Jung saw these as evidence that transformation is happening at an energetic level, not just psychological. And finally, the ninth symptom affects something everyone takes for granted. Your relationship with food fundamentally changes. Not just preferences, but your entire approach to eating. You might lose appetite completely during intense transformation periods, or develop specific cravings as your body seeks what it needs for the changes occurring. This happens because food isn't just physical fuel, it's energetic fuel. As your energy system reconfigures, your nutritional needs change. You might need less food because you're running on more refined energy, or need specific foods because your body is rebuilding itself at a cellular level. Jung noticed awakening people often become more conscious eaters, not from discipline, but from natural awareness. They can feel how food affects their energy, their consciousness, their system. Eating becomes intuitive rather than habitual. The 9 physical symptoms of spiritual awakening Jung identified. Extreme fatigue and energy shifts as your system redirects resources. Heightened sensitivity to environments as your boundaries become permeable. Disrupted sleep patterns as the veil between conscious and unconscious thins. Heart and chest pressure as emotional material releases. Digestive issues as your gut becomes more discerning. Temperature fluctuations as energy moves differently. Pressure in the head as consciousness expands. Electrical sensations as you sense subtle energy. Changes in appetite as your nutritional needs transform. Jung would want you to understand, these aren't problems to fix. They're evidence of profound transformation. Your body is doing exactly what it needs to do to accommodate expanded consciousness. Fighting these symptoms prolongs them. Accepting them allows them to complete. Most people experiencing these symptoms think they're sick and seek medical solutions. But Jung insisted, this isn't pathology, it's metamorphosis. Your body is literally reorganizing itself. Like a caterpillar in a cocoon, you're not breaking down, you're breaking through. If you're experiencing these symptoms, Jung would say, stop fighting your body. It knows what it's doing. The fatigue is protecting you while massive changes occur. The sensitivity is teaching you to honor your boundaries. The sleep changes are giving your psyche's processing time. The chest pressure is emotions moving. The digestive issues are your system refining. The temperature shifts are energy reorganizing. The head pressure is consciousness expanding. The electrical sensations are you becoming aware of subtle energy. The appetite changes are your body seeking what it needs. Your body isn't betraying you, it's supporting you through the most profound transformation you'll ever experience. Honor what it needs. Rest when you're tired. Withdraw when you're overwhelmed. Eat what you're craving. Allow the pressure, the sensitivity, the changes. These symptoms won't last forever. They're transitional. Your body is adapting to hold more consciousness. And once that adaptation completes, the symptoms resolve. But trying to force your body back to normal prolongs the process. Surrender to what's happening, and your body will complete the transformation it's designed to do. Subscribe to explore more of Jung's insights on the physical dimensions of awakening. To dive even deeper into Jung's revolutionary psychology and what it means for your spiritual awakening, click the recommended video on your screen now.